Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. As you know, when I do this kind of video it means we have a new firmware update for the Looperlative LP2/LP1 on the table, and this for me is a wonderful update we got because now it's firmware 3.08 for the LP2, and this for me kind of like an amazing firmware, because now with this 3.08 it means for LP2, if we want to, we can have the full functionality of an LP1. Of course, scale it down to 4 stereo track, not 8. But now we have access to everything possible, which include a new feature we have in the LP2 now. It's group tracks. I remember when I was using the LP1, this was a super cool feature because it allowed me to create groups of tracks which I could control together with one click of a button. And now this functionality is also available on the LP2. I must admit, on a way, it's cool to have, it's nice to have. On some extent, I must admit that maybe for LP2, having only 4 tracks, not 8, you can do actually quite a lot already without the group functionality. And by using the accept track or select all track, you can also do some work around these grouping tracks. But anyhow, it's kind of like nice to have. And now in this video I will show you first of all how to create a group of tracks. This means, first of all, I won't show you this during the video, but it means now you have also to, beside upgrading the firmware in the LP2, I totally highly suggest you to download the newest Looperlative configuration app, which allows you to access via MIDI to the LP2 and also to configure the MIDI note you need, because these of course are commands are not standard available standard ones are not available in the LP2, so you have to program the MIDI note you need to, for example. And it's super cool because there are still a lot of free MIDI note slots you can use in the LP1 and the LP2 to program these additional commands, so there's a lot of space to play with. For example, in my LP2 I programmed these functions from MIDI note 61 up to MIDI note 71, something like that, or 72. So I have all these group functionalities in one row altogether. Okay, so to these commands, what we do have, first of all, it's define group, and then we have the select group. Select group, you have option from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to group 10. So we can create 10 different groups of tracks. And it goes like this. Here now I have on the MC6, I have a bank programmed specifically to demo you this select track functionality, how it works, and also with some example how you can use this to apply effects. But first of all, we are a bit on the silent side, so I will create 4 loops all synchronized together to have some quick materials. Wonderful. Okay, a mess, but I mean, to show you, to demo this functionality, it's cool. Okay, now on the MC6 I have following function organized on the buttons. Okay, on the first page of the MC6 now we have select track 1, select track 2, 3 and 4. In the middle top foot switch I have accept track on the press, and on the long press release I have select all tracks. And now on the far left upper foot switch, here I have a select group 1, and on the long press release I have define group. If you go on the second page, then there we have accept tracks, page toggle. I have select group 1, and then on the bottom row we have alt speed, scramble, slow scramble, and stretch. Okay, cool. Now we are in we have these 4 loops, and everything is in stop. Now, for example, I would like to play track 2 and 3. Now, what I have to do is define a group which is containing these 2 tracks. So what I do, it's like this. I go, first of all, I have to trigger define tracks. So long press release on that foot switch. Now I select track 2 and track 3, and to close and the definition of this group, I do select group 1. Now what does it mean is that group 1, every time I recall group 1, it's track 2 and 3. Now I push play, and now if you scroll through the tracks, we see loop 1 is in stop, loop 2 is in play, loop 3 is play, and loop 4 is also in stop. No? And this is cool because now if I go, for example, to the second page, we can start to use this group to control stuff. For example, now I do select group 1, accept, play stop. This way we are playing track 1 and 4. I stop track 1 and 4. I turn off the accept, and now I will do an alt speed on track 2 and 3. I do select accept. Now I want to control track 1 and 4. I do play, and now I do a stretch with a scramble. I press once again select, and I stop select group 1, and I stop now 2 and 3. I select accept. I control now 3 and 4, 1 and 4. I do an alt speed and a reverse. I click select. I do a reverse, and now I play stop 2 and 3 in reverse, which are also alt speed, so I put away the alt speed. Now we go back to page 1 of my MC6. I do all tracks and I stop everything. So this way you see I can, with just one click, this allows me to apply controls and commands, anything possible to multiple tracks at once, just by generating a group. The cool part of these groups is that I did some trials. Is that LP1 will remember your the group you are the group you created. So on a way, this is cool. It's something that you can set at the beginning with for example, if we are specifically MIDI grouping, MIDI bank, you can decide what is group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc., and these groups are then saved inside the LP2. So every time you don't need to reassign the groups to the tracks you want to. Now, for example, what I do, and here I have another bank in my MC6. This is the bank I did before doing this demo bank. This I already have programmed specifically to have group 1 being select track 1 and 2, group 2 is 2 and 3, 3 is 3 and 4, group 4 is 4 and 1. No? And because I think these are the grouping that could make sense for me to maybe use at some point in a live context. Of course, there are the other possibility to have 1 and 3 and 2 and 4, or also group of 3 tracks, so 1, 2, 3 and 3, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc., and all the combination you can think about. So okay, and this way I can say select 1 and 2. This is already, when I push this one, for example, I'm already sending out define group, track 1, track 2, select group 1. No? Same for 2 and 3, here I'm sending define track 2, 3, select group 2, etc. etc. No? This way I already have this, it's my way of already programming the groups into the LP2, and then in this bank I can go in the next page, and here I have only the control to select group 1, select group 2, select group 3. So for example, if I do group 2, now I have track 2 and 3. If I go select 4, I have 1 and 4, select group 2, stop. Group 1, I play, now I stop loop 1 and I play loop 2. And now of course I can go back and track it. So this way you can control multiple loops together with this grouping functionality, which it's, but now it's very handy. I don't know how I will use that, continue to use again this thing in LP2, because I mean, on a way, having only 4 loops inside the LP2, it's a bit less to organize and to use together than the LP1, which has which has 8 tracks to use. But it's nice to have, and for me back then on LP1 this was super useful function to control multiple loops at once. Also, now I will close this video with a tiny demo. What I'm super happy about is that with this new Firmware 3.08 finally I can really say this is a super stable firmware, and I played a lot with it lately, and I did some mad stuff, kind of like combining scramble and stretches commands, which for me was always a bit tricky to use this combination of scramble and stretch, because many times I got my pedal freezing or rebooting by itself alone on the spot. But now since the last firmware, it's LP1, LP2 became super stable and I no more experience these crashes. So go for it and install this new thing, this new firmware. You can always use the LP2 standard as it comes out of the box, or with MIDI implementation you can program your own MIDI notes, you can expand its functionality. Just go with it, be creative, be ingenuity, and have a lovely day, and see you soon. Goodbye.